90s, Pinky. Do you realize what this means?
So you're really a 90s fan? Hello! Okay, Mrs. Doubtfire, here's some more stuff for you.
Watch your mouth, young man.
It's I Love the 90s Part 2. And this is 1993. Again.
Mortified.
The flicks. The fashions. The trends. The TV. The tubes. A totally fat year that gave us even more burning questions. What was the deal with that Energizer bunny?
Why is he banging a drum? Did he always have sunglasses on?
What's wrong with a couple of gays in the military?
What's the big deal? I'm straight, by the way.
And who was eating what in that wacky grape family?
We don't know what Gilbert Grape was eating, but that mom was eating something. That's a big old lady.
The answers to those questions, plus, what would you walk 500 miles for?
Oh, George Clooney, I will walk 600 miles for George, honey.
And was Stallone really giving it his all?
I don't know. I've watched it several times. It just doesn't seem like he's trying hard enough.
Because you still love the 90s.
Shut up.
Can anybody tell me what's wrong with this picture?
Because you've still got that six-pack of Zima in the back of your fridge. Admit it. This is 1993, Part 2.
Action!
90s back. All right. Break it down. Part 2.
Cliffhanger, it's not just a catchy name, that's the plot.
That's it.
Rocky on the Mountain? I thought it was a cool movie. I mean, you ain't never gonna get my ass up down a cliff like that.
He's gotta fight a mountain or something. There's bad guys. He's a good guy. Within 20 minutes, there's a blizzard. Then he's down to a wife beater. And he's going,
The big scene I think that everybody remembers from Cliffhanger is when Sly Stallone goes to save his friend and his friend's girlfriend.
It ends up where he's hanging on to his friend's girlfriend like that or something like, there you go! You're not gonna die!
The glove is slipping and slipping and slipping and slipping, and then she falls.
I don't know. I've watched it several times. It just doesn't seem like he's trying hard enough.
Stallone succeeds in the physical realm. Run, jump, climb, hit, shoot, duck. He's good at that. But when he has to, like, emote, it doesn't really always sell.
But then he comes back even better, even stronger, and does something great, and I don't know what it is.
Breathtaking shots, high-stakes adventure. And Stallone does what he always does, saves the day.
Tight.
And I love the taste of your fresh brewed coffee. Oh, thanks, but it's not fresh brewed. It's new Tray Cafe.
Still going.
He's going the distance. And that Energizer bunny was everywhere.
Oh, the Energizer bunny. He is so cute.
Isn't it obvious why they chose the pink bunny with the sunglasses?
He felt like a little bunny rabbit.
It caused me so many sleepless nights.
You just never know where he's going.
What's he up to?
What is his purpose in life?
Why is he banging a drum? Did he always have sunglasses on?
Well, look at his pupils.
The Energizer battery. It keeps going.
Much like the VH1, I love the series. Just keeps going, going.
And going.
And going.
And going.
And going. And going.
Still going.
And going.
Bunny, where are you going? I don't know. I don't have the same energy you do.
Red Pick.
Proclaimers 500 miles. Get into memory bank. Doot, doot, doot. When I wake up.
Well, I know I'm going to be the man that wakes up next to you.
Craig and Charlie Reid, the Proclaimers. I know them, you see, because we're Scottish. We all live in the same village.
Rock stars come in all shapes and sizes. Glasses, and kind of buck teeth and pasty skin.
500 miles, and I would walk 500 more just to be like a man who walked 1,000 miles.
They were kind of one-upping each other.
I would walk 500 miles.
I walked 500 miles for this girl. I totally fell down at her door, and she didn't care because she was having sex with these two weird twins.
Baby, I would walk 500 miles for a fine man with a nice ass. Oh, George Clooney, I would walk 600 miles for George, honey. Woo, George called me, baby. I'll walk it.
500 miles to drop a George Clooney store, maybe.
That's a lot of miles. But the way gasoline prices are now, I think I have to walk instead of drive.
I love 93.
Back in 1993, this book came out called Chicken Soup for the Soul.
This is a compilation of sort of feel-good stories to make you feel like you're not as worthless as you might actually be.
You got a cold, what are you going to have? Chicken soup or clam chowder? You get more mucousy if you have clam chowder. Chicken soup clears you right up.
Any book with a ziggy in it? Come on. I thought we're past the ziggy as a metaphor for life.
Either you're a ziggy person or you're not. If you're not, maybe set it aside and pick up the Dostoevsky.
Cue the music.
You are a marvel. Okay?
If you don't ask, you don't get. But if you do, you do.
Each second we live is a new and a unique moment.
The 4-year-old watches tiny, anthropomorphic beings hurl one another from cliffs in the other room. What the hell is this?
I know my chicken. You got to know your chicken. And then they came out with all these sequel books. It got to be a bit much. It's like, all this chicken, okay, we done had enough chicken.
The bottom line is this book is good for reading in the can. Where do you find Chicken Soup for the Soul? On the back of the toilet seat.
I love 93.
Coming up, why won't the Army let its soldiers be all they can be?
The don't ask, don't tell policy said that gays...
Are you gay?
You're not supposed to tell.
I didn't tell, I'm asking you.
You're not supposed to ask or tell. That's the whole rule.
Plus, since when did leprechauns get so damn scary?
If you're frightened of leprechauns, the best thing to do is to get yourself a little leprechaun outfit and see how big they are.
And then go, well, actually, that's like being frightened of a hamster.
Next on I Love 1993, Part 2. But first, Ben Stein's Pimpus Tracks of 1993.
Oh, shizzle, my nizzle. Mixmaster Stein here with the Pimpus Tracks of 1993. Slammed by Onyx, East Coast style. Passing me by, straight from my South Central boys, the Far Side. Rebirth of Slick by Diggable Planets. I'm cool like that.
We beat to rap what key beat to lock, but I'm cool like that. I'm cool like that.
Past the Courvoisier. Woo-ha, woo-ha.
Got Deux. By Deux.
Homosexuality is incompatible with military service.
In 93, the military got tough, and they decided no gays. But then they softened up, and they goes, well, you can be gay, but just don't tell us you're gay.
What they do on their off-duty hours is their prerogative.
The policy was actually called don't lick, don't poke. But, you know, that was a little inappropriate for the military, so they changed it to don't ask, don't tell.
But I guess you could silently throw the guy a hand.
Recruits can't be asked if they're gay, but are expected to keep quiet if they are.
We're going to be here, but we won't really let you know who we are. Good times.
The don't ask, don't tell policy said that gays...
Are you gay?
You're not supposed to tell.
I didn't tell. I'm asking you.
You're not supposed to ask or tell. That's the whole rule.
The military should be all gay. The Navy already is. Honey, we're going out for 6 months on the boat. Just me and the guys. I know, it's a real bummer. Really sucks, but what are you gonna do?
What's the big deal? I'm straight, by the way.
To be gay in the military, you still have to be discreet.
You've got a secret smile.
Helmet just to the side a little. Can my gun, can it be a different color? Why does it gotta be black? It doesn't even match.
It certainly will not please everyone.
There's nothing wrong with a man and another man when they're a little bit scared. Mouth kissing and rubbing each other a little bit.
Some of the best fights are gay fights. They don't even need bullets, just scratch and pull. You stupid terrorists.
I'm not gay, but if I'm in a foxhole with a guy and there's mortar shells coming in, we're surrounded, we're gonna die, I'm banging somebody.
Talk to the hand.
Hello. Mrs. Hillard, I presume?
Yes, I'm Miranda Hillard.
Euphigenia Doubtfire.
Shania Doubtfire.
Euphigenia Doubtfire.
Baby, check, baby, 1, 2. Check, baby, baby, 1.
Mrs. Doubtfire is just about a father that wants to be with his kids.
Robin Williams. He's going to become a nanny. Not only just a male nanny, but a female nanny.
Daniel, hi.
Could you make me a woman?
Hello! Ah!
We learn a very important lesson from Mrs. Doubtfire, and that is that fake boobs are in fact flammable. And I love that the kids didn't know that it was him, but when the son saw him taking a leak, that's how we discovered it.
And his son's basically for the rest of his life. I love the scene when they're at the restaurant.
Well, and he ends up going to the bathroom and changing back and forth and kind of getting drunk at the same time. Next thing you know, we figure out he's not a nanny, he's the dad.
Daddy?
Oh my God, my nanny's ripping your face off.
Yeah, honey. It's me.
I thought Mrs. Doubtfire was a great movie. It was a sad message, you know, divorce and Sally Field breaking up with Robin Williams. But in the end, it all, you know, worked out just how movies should.
Hey, it's the 90s.
Real big. Real big.
So like a feather.
All right.
In a beautiful world.
Radiohead is, without a doubt, the awesomest band ever. Every now and then, we get a new crop of ghouls coming over from Britain who are going to be the new droopy ghoul guys, and all the droops are going to go out and see their shows. They're like the new Dead for some people. They're just like, I will follow you into the breach, my lord. I'm like a purist Radiohead fan, but I still can't help but feel like awesome whenever I listen to the CD and I hear them go.
You're so very special.
You're so special. I wish I was special.
I was thinking, yeah, that is rock and roll.
But I'm a creep.
But I'm a creep.
I don't know what that word was.
I'm a weirdo.
What the hell am I doing here?
I don't belong here.
I think creep sums up almost everyone's middle school experience.
I'm in your math class, but you won't talk to me.
They get all the droopy lonelies together so that the droopy lonelies can go out there and buy droopy t-shirts. I think if you didn't identify with creep in some way, you're an ass.
But we're all creeps, really, aren't we, you know?
I don't belong
Whatever. Tennis great Monica Seles was stabbed at courtside in Germany yesterday.
Monica Seles stabbed by some coward. I mean, what else do you call somebody who stabs a female tennis player in the back?
She got stabbed by Tanya Harding, though, right?
Who knew that tennis was so dangerous? Ice skating is where this stuff takes place, not tennis.
Oh, Monica, the tennis player. I'm tripping.
I mean, you would have thought that this is something that would have happened to Venus and Serena because they from Compton.
She was like a female, but she was aggressive, and she had this... You know, whenever she hit the ball really hard or served or whatever.
Sounded like, you know, Motel 6, we'll leave the light on for you.
So when she was stabbed, it's only safe to assume that it was...
During a changeover, she's innocently sitting on a seat, and all of a sudden she's holding her back, and they're tackling some man, and I remember feeling, this is the end of civilization.
It was the one time you would have expected a grunt. No grunt. Just oh, I've been stabbed.
And there wasn't a lot of blood either. It was just kind of like, hey, something bit me. Ow. My bra just snapped weird.
I love the game. I just want to go out there and hit the ball again.
And the guy was acquitted, which was really creepy.
Because he didn't kill her. He didn't get any jail time because he stabbed her improperly. I mean, if you want to stab a female tennis player, take her head on. You know, do it right.
I love 93.
Coming up, Michael Douglas speaks out on behalf of Whitey.
White men are pissed off, and it's time they take back the country.
And Captain Kirk, paintballer.
If we keep the Borg somewhat at bay, they'll never catch us.
Captain Kirk is a paintballer. Wow.
Next on I Love 1993, Part 2. But first, Jay and Silent Bob, guys will go gay for.
Ladies, Jay and Silent Bob are in the Hills house. No, we're not gay, but if we were, these are the guys that we go gay for. Oh, this is... Now, I would totally get naked with...
Sylvester Stallone.
Muscly, cliff-hanging dude. There you go. And Lunchbox over here? Yeah! He gets ragers for it.
Robert Redford. Ooh.
Let's talk about a indecent proposal. Yeah, right. And those are the guys that we'd go gay for. This is Jay and Silent Bob, and we're out of here.
Yeah!
I love the 90s.
Hello and welcome to Booty Phone. You have selected the slow jams of 1993, also known as the best songs to put on while you're doing your boyfriend or girlfriend. Rated R. Please select one of the following options. 4. Knockin' to Boots. H-Town. Press 1 now. 4. Again. Janet Jackson. Press 2 now. 4. One Last Cry. Brian McKnight. Press 3 now. If you know the name of the slow jam you want to have dirty, shameful sex to, then put it on. We won't tell anyone. Once again, thank you for calling Booty Phone.
93 was the year that paintball really started up.
Let's go out and take plastic gun-like objects and shoot balls of paint at each other. It'll be, like, way fun.
Paintball was awesome. It's like adult hide-and-seek, but with violent weapons.
What surprised me about paintball, and I learned this from none other than William Shatner, it is quite a developed sport.
If we keep the Borg somewhat at bay, they'll never catch us.
Captain Kirk is a paintballer.
Wow.
Anybody else tired?
He's probably pretty good.
There it goes.
People wanted to be G.I. Joe. There was no war going on. People needed something to do.
Oh, have I played paintball? Look at me. Of course I've played paintball. I was down and dirty, and it was all crazy with my little paint pellet gun. Go now! Go now!
And it hurts. It's like getting shot with a golf ball.
Oh! But when you can't, you don't stop. My feet coming down the shoe shaft.
In a movie, if you get shot, it's like... In paintball, it's like this. Whatever. Out.
Oh, snap.
I love falling down. I love this movie. Is that enough? You got all these beautiful acres fenced in for your little game? But you had to kill me with a golf ball? Michael Douglas, pissed off, losing it.
I'm not a vigilante.
Decent man?
If everybody will stay out of my way, then nobody will get hurt.
Michael Douglas plays a guy who's crazy. You know he's crazy because he's wearing big glasses, and his hair is sticking straight up.
Give us your briefcase.
He represented all the angry white men in Los Angeles.
White men are pissed off, and it's time they take back the country!
Clear a path! I'm going home!
Weird film about a guy who gets out of his car in a traffic jam and walks home all the way across L.A. one day and has strange and interesting adventures.
Michael Douglas wants to get home for his daughter's birthday party, and then he gets an Uzi.
I think it's out of order.
He went out and started terrorizing people in the community.
There have to be rules. If the sign says breakfast until 11,
you have to order something from the lunch menu.
Don't come waltzing in at 11:03 and ask for whammy breakfast. It's not going to happen, my friend.
I'm really sorry.
Yeah. Well, hey, I'm really sorry, too.
Well, they made him out to look like the bad guy, but I think in the end he was really a hero. He didn't do anything different than none of us want to do.
This could happen to us right now.
I'm always 1 second away from just losing it.
I just think that every person in Los Angeles identified with him and secretly wanted to just go berserk.
Ridpick.
Insane in the membrane.
Insane in the brain.
Let's be real, baby. Cypress.
Yo, when that beat comes on, you can't help but go crazy.
How could I describe Cypress Hill?
Don't you know I'm loco?
This is really kind of strange, whiny, yet it worked.
I got to maintain, cause like me is going insane.
They were stoned as goats must have 23 hours a day.
I always found it so strange how people could smoke so much weed yet be so aggressive at the same time, because I thought weed was supposed to have the opposite effect.
I was on a tour with Cypress Hill. Insane in the brain is an understatement. Those guys are lunatics.
I think I'm going crazy.
What people don't realize is that they weren't just insane in the brain, but they were insane in the membrane. And that's a special kind of insanity.
Let them call Flay right now. Say, Flay, you want to get insane in the membrane? I'm coming, B.
Trippin'.
I love What's Eating Gilbert Grape. It was a lot of fat people, tards, and Johnny Depp.
Don't be rude.
This whole family deals with the fact that everyone makes fun of the mother.
We don't know what Gilbert Grape was eating, but that mom was eating something. That's a big old lady.
Real women have curves.
Big old lady.
Johnny Depp was really, really sexy because he took care of a fat chick. And that's what we all want. We all want to know that if we gain 800 to 900 pounds, we're still going to have a hot guy who cares about us and brings us pies.
This movie, it was a big stretch for Johnny Depp because he was playing a weird loner.
First of all, nobody plays a hot tard like DiCaprio.
That's when I fell for Leonardo. I don't care if he was retarded or not.
DiCaprio with like the drooling was still kind of sexy.
That's them, huh? Go, we're lucky down.
The hands. Ah, I loved it.
There was a love story between Johnny Depp and Juliette Lewis.
I had my weird short hair at that time. I don't know why.
Juliette Lewis, who's also always semi-retarded. I mean, I know she's not technically retarded, but she has that like tired look about her. I know she's very clever and quick, don't get me wrong.
I remember being a little bit disturbed as they burned the house down around the mom at the end.
She passes and is too big to be gotten out of the house.
That would be really sad, though, if you had to airlift your mother out of the house.
Or you could chop her up into little pieces and, like, drag each limb out of the house.
You know what? I would just move. They'd be like, okay, this is the dining room, this is the bathroom, and oh, this is the bedroom. Don't mind the lady. She comes with the house.
It's such a beautiful, kind of sensitive movie that you can't describe.
What's eating Gilbert Grape? I don't know. I'll eat anything with Johnny Depp in it.
I love 93.
Coming up, Frank Sinatra and Kenny G together again for the first time.
Get me that Muppet-looking guy with the flute. The long hair.
And Zima. Yeah. Next on I Love 1993, Part 2. But first, Andrea's 90210 Lost Diary.
Dear Diary, May 7th, 1993. Kel Surprise. The West Beverly class of 93 graduated with me as their valedictorian. Boring, so they say. Donna got drunk at the prom and wasn't allowed to participate in graduation. Then all the idiots shouted, Donna Martin graduates, and they let her. There must be a way to keep them all from reproducing. I'm Audi 5000.
College radio cut of 1993.
Straight out of the OC, lit here with the college radio cut of 1993. My name is Mud by Primus. My name is Mud, 1993's college radio cut on the low end of the dial.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
Tracy will, Tracy mate.
Who steals me gold won't live through the night.
Won't live through the night.
The leprechaun freaked me out.
It's not nice to steal gold coins from a leprechaun.
Just shut up, leprechaun.
Was Leprechaun a horror movie or a comedy?
Little guy in green causing trouble. Happens a lot where I come from.
No one takes a leprechaun's gold.
Obsessed with money, 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 money. Yeah.
I need me gold.
Anything that tiny and greedy is unnerving. If you're frightened of leprechauns, the best thing to do is to get yourself a little leprechaun outfit and see how big they are.
And then go, well, actually, that's like being frightened of a hamster.
What are you?
Why, I'm a leprechaun.
They'll kill anyone who gets in the way of your gold.
A shoemaker by trade.
But if somebody throws a shoe at you, you gotta polish it.
Hello, love.
Kicking it really hard in the scrotum will always annoy a leprechaun. Don't you kick my scrotum! How easy, you bastard!
There were sequels to the movie. Leprechaun in the Hood, Leprechaun Back in the Hood. The first one was enough for me. Why did he have to go to the hood? Why are they putting him in the hood?
I'm cooking now, kids.
Like, it's so bad you're like, oh, give it to me. More. I want more.
Lucky Charms.
News break.
Residents are bracing for what may be the worst flooding of 1993.
From the makers of Noah's Ark and El Nino. come the 1993 floods of the Midwest.
That was crazy.
What happened is, in the Midwest, we started getting, like, biblical amounts of crazy, crazy rain.
What year was this? I mean, isn't there a flood in the Midwest every year?
You got to know, if you live on the banks of the Mississippi, once in a while, it's going to rain a lot. Don't act so surprised.
Ding dong. Who is it? It's the Mississippi River.
Everybody who's in a flood zone is like, we're going to rebuild. We're going to show those clouds who's boss. Are you an idiot? You live in an old river.
I mean, how many times do you see people, I'm going to stay with the house?
We're still at the dangerous point where rains could affect that. We go in and out to work by boat right now.
Well, I just didn't know when a good time to leave would be.
When it rains for 13 or 14 days in a row, you might want to move the photo albums to a higher shelf.
So if you want to go ahead and get your deer head and your Mardi Gras beads, you've had a week or so.
You couldn't move fast enough because it came so fast.
When you're sitting there for the 5th time and your cows are on the roof and you're in your little paddle boat going, well, I don't know how we're going to replace it all. I don't know how we're going to re-get it. 5 times, you're out.
Once, everything subsides and there's mud all over the place, you can start throwing that around.
It's the Mississippi, and floods don't live there. It's very simple.
All that.
In 1993, Frank Sinatra released a CD where he would sing old standards with the stars of today.
It wasn't old Blue Eyes. It was old bloated Frank. Unforgettable. That's... Give me a line. What is it?
That's what
Shut up. I would think that the Sinatra Duets album was set up by his manager.
Frank, you could sell a lot of records this way. Do it. Go do it. He did a duet with Gloria Estefan.
Luther Vandross, Aretha Franklin.
Most of the people he was singing duets with were not in the studio with him. Okay, you're going to be singing this really touching love song. You'll be here in Jersey, and she'll be in Africa.
If you think I'm getting out of bed for Aretha Franklin, you got another thing coming. Shut up.
Start spreading the news.
They were mixed together, but they weren't actually singing together.
It's just Frank on the phone. Hey, go ahead, start singing. They'll add my voice later.
I think that Frank decided to do separate tracks because who wants to be bothered with Bono? Frank was old. He wouldn't be bothered with Bono.
And I'm sure he had no idea where he was, except for he knew he was recording something with that ugly broad that plays the flute. That's what he called Kenny G.
It's an honor to be there. I mean, to be selected to be one of the people to be featured on the album.
Get me that Muppet-looking guy with the flute. The long hair.
People Sinatra should have sung with, Slayer.
How about Kermit the Frog? Someday you'll find it. That rainbow connection. A lover. 2 lovers. 3 chicks and me.
Because, I always liked him. And, he never once tried to bite either of my legs.
Shut up.
I love 93.
Action! It's time for Animaniacs. And we're zany to the max.
What would you say?
It was Yakko, Wacko, and Dot.
We're the Warner Brothers. And the Warner Sister.
I played the character of Yakko.
You're funny.
No, I'm Yakko.
They would always wreak havoc at the Warner Brothers studio.
You didn't know what kind of animals the Animaniacs were.
Look at you! It's those ears and those tails.
I don't know if they were like gerbils.
Maybe we are dogs.
They were cats, I think.
Hey, maybe I'm a skunk.
Oh, boy, you really stink.
The bottom line was that they were cute.
They're Pinky and the Brain. One is a genius, the other's insane.
Pinky and the Brain. Very annoying characters.
Pinky and the Brain was really, really funny.
Egad, Pinky and the Brain. Well, unfortunately, we've only got Pinky here today.
Are you pondering what I'm pondering?
I think so, Brain. But where are we going to find a duck in the hose at this hour?
They're on this quest to conquer the world.
What are we going to do tomorrow night?
Try to take over the world.
And I loved how Pinky was like so doo-doo, 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 doo-doo.
Little bit stupid.
Hey, Brian. I love that guy.
I'm quite stupid.
Narf.
Narf.
Nerf.
Narf.
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 Pinky wasn't very smart, but who else are you gonna get to hang out with a chemically altered, giant-brained mouse?
I'm mortified.
I loved that cartoon. It was very cute.
Good night, everybody.
As if.
Sensational.
Even the name sounds refreshing. Zima!
100% pure love. I really don't know what it is. Is it alcohol? Is it vodka?
It's totally a vodka in a bottle.
Is it juice? Is it lemonade?
Honey, it's malt liquor.
Dude, I wouldn't clean my floor with this.
Zima was the first, like, spitting off ice kind of thing.
It was sort of like the Red Bull and vodka of yesteryear.
It was like all night. No problem.
Zima's gay.
I had a Zima once. I don't get it.
This is what you carry in a fanny pack, is a Zima.
If you're in any rough part of town and you drink a Zima, you're gonna get your ass kicked.
The same guy that's at the bar going, 3 Jack and Diets for me and my boys is also having Zimas.
Zima was a way to drink a wine cooler and seem like a real tough guy.
Can you imagine any guy with any muscle on his body? Give me 2 Zima.
Give me 3 Zimas and keep them coming.
I said Zima. I mean, come on.
No,
I love 93.
Coming up, self-defense tip number 93. Corkscrew to the foot.
Oh, man.
She thought corkscrew. Straight in the foot, straight in the foot.
One of the best, worst scenes ever.
True Romance, next on I Love 1993, Part 2. But first, Rachel Harris, raw on Zima.
Funny things happen with Zima. It's like somebody be walking by a pool and oops, somebody fell in. With all their clothes on. Crazy. But it's okay because we're drinking Zima. Or it'd be like somebody, it's like somebody would, you'd be playing baseball and you'd see people playing baseball and all of a sudden a beach ball would get thrown into the game and you'd be like, that's not right, but we're going to go with it because we're drinking Zima. Or it was like I'm at my bachelorette party, and I'm supposed to be getting underwear, and somebody gives me a bassinet. It's all right, because it's with Zima.
And now, 93.
Hi, I'm Emma Bunton. Let's take... Now, a young Clark grows up in Smallville. Superman never gets old. Then 98 million watched the last episode of Cheers. Ads were $650,000 for 30 seconds. Now 51 million people tuned in for the Friends finale. Ads $2 million. Then Mel Gibson, Man Without a Face. Now Mel Gibson, Man of Faith. Want more stuff from back then? Log on to vh1.com and download your favourite ringtones.
You just said you love me. Now, if I say I love you and just throw caution to the wind and let the chips fall where they may, and you're lying to me, I'm gonna die.
I'm not lying to you. True Romance was an awesome, awesome film.
Christian Slater plays this kid that doesn't have any friends. He meets up with, like, this call girl. Some people call them hookers. You're a whore?
No, I'm a call girl, and there's a difference, you know.
What's better than a whore? Not much. A free whore.
I think what you did was so romantic.
Anyway, he ended up falling in love with this hooker.
They come into possession of a bunch of cocaine, and then they gotta try to sell it.
It was like the most cocaine around since Scarface.
And then him and his girl drive to California. And they just get into a bunch more out there.
Something's amiss, I can feel it. If anything out of the ordinary goes down, I swear to God, you are going to be the first one shot.
It's just cameos, left, right, and center. Don't you know I'm loco?
The meeting of the psychotics. Christopher Walken, Dennis Hopper.
Making probably the coolest speech in a movie ever.
You're Sicilian, huh? Sicilians were spawned by...
You're half black, man.
Come again? It was just a great scene between two great actors.
Hey.
Yeah. And so Christopher Walken shoots him. He's like,
I'm not gonna kill anybody.
Since 1984. That's awesome.
Check your family tree. There's a brother up in there hiding out.
Say what?
Brad Pitt was the stoner.
Brad Pitt, I think that's one of the funniest scenes in film ever, definitely of the 90s.
Condescending, man. I'll kill you, man.
I'll kill you, man. Kill you. I'll kill you, man.
Kill you, man.
There's that great scene with Patricia Arquette and Sopranos boy.
Right. There was a fight. There's a little bit of a fight.
Turn around for me.
When Patricia Arquette got her ass kicked by James Gandolfini, I have never seen anything like that in my life. That was tough.
wow.
One of the best, worst scenes ever.
Oh, man.
She thought corkscrew. You know, straight in the foot, straight in the foot.
That would slow me down. Corkscrew through the foot.
Nowadays, you got fancy corkscrews. You could never even shoot that scene now because the fancy corkscrews don't let you do what she did to that foot. You gotta have old school.
The end of the movie where everybody's either blowing a hole in their nose or having a hole blown in their body or their head.
She almost gets killed like 80 times. He almost gets killed a bunch of times. And then they just end up happily ever after.
I like the happy ending. She thinks he's dead. He comes back to life. The love is going to be forever.
I think they truly, truly loved each other, and that is what made that movie work. Oh, and the cocaina.
I love 93.